We've seen tremendous cooperation. As of this morning, with a week to go, 84% of those students who will be living on campus have shown proof of vaccination, and about 85% of our faculty. So we're at a good place in gaining on it, but we're leaving nothing to chance. All those who have chosen or will choose not to be vaccinated have chosen instead to be tested on a weekly basis, and they'll have to show proof of a negative test right before they get here. So we hope to get off to a smooth start, but until we know that, we'll leave no precaution untaken.
Yeah, obviously you're working hard to get people vaccinated, but you didn't take the same step that your rival, Indiana University, did. They are requiring vaccinations for all students coming to go into classrooms and live on campus. The Supreme Court chose not to go ahead and hear that, to listen to it. What do you think of their approach versus yours?
There's really little or no difference. You know, their mandate's not very mandatory. It's an honor system. We are requiring proof of vaccination, not just an attestation. They have very large exceptions. One's called ethical. I don't know what that means, but you know, the real goal is, by one means or another, to create the safest possible environment. We think we are doing that while leaving room for personal responsibility. Again, people can choose to be tested weekly if they, for some reason, don't want the vaccine at this point. But what we're focused on, as always here at Purdue, is the results. And right now, at 84% and climbing, they look encouraging.
You know, I think we all were kind of hoping that this year would be very different than last. And with the vaccination out there, it might be. But I have to admit, watching COVID cases climb just as we're getting ready for kids to go back to school has caused me some anxiety. How about you?
Of course. You know, one thing, however, Becky, that's we watched very carefully last year. For some reason, other people seem not to pay as much attention, is severity. That's what I'm really most concerned about. We had a 6-point scale that our medical people put together. 1, asymptomatic; 6, candidate for hospitalization. Only 1%, less than 1% of the 60-some hundred cases we had all year ever got past level 4. That's what we'll be watching very carefully. We'll do all we can to control the spread, but the thing that would really concern us the most deeply is if any member of our community was getting really seriously ill. And on the new variant, we so far have not seen that that's a substantially greater risk, but we won't know till we know.
Last year, the cases that you did have, I don't think any of them came from the classroom. Where was the spread? What was taking place? Because I know you were working pretty closely with the community, too, outside of just the student population, but working with the surrounding town and trying to make sure that there were safe areas there. What happened? What did lead to the cases that took place?
Yeah, literally the safest place to be in our entire county was in a Purdue classroom. That took a lot of work and incredible leadership and commitment by our students. Over half our cases came in the so-called congregate living. This would be co-op houses, sororities and fraternities. And by the way, it had nothing to do, no one was misbehaving. They weren't throwing parties in violation of our requests. Simply the architecture of those places, common bathrooms, so forth, made it hard to control. So of the cases we did have, a very high concentration came from there. We've worked very, very hard on that, trying to get ready for this year and have a very high vaccination rate in those facilities.